Welcome to Rebellious Wellness KPIs. Let's get curious about what your body and mind are really saying. Time to dive in, have fun, and explore the possibilities. People frequently worry about knees, hips, but what is very frequently missed is our Rebellious Wellness KPI today, your ankles. Because the strength, the mobility, and the control in your ankles has a lot to do with how you walk, how you balance, the quality of your gait, how you absorb force, and the quality of life as you age. So today we're going to perform several tests that give us an evaluation of where we are in terms of our ankles. Number one, we are going to start the knee to wall test, and I'm going to show you a test that I personally give a lot to my clients because it mimics our gait patterns and shows us amazing if there are compensations, and there usually are, in the foot, in the arch, in the collapse of the knee. Let's go ahead and do it. You're going to find a wall. I personally like this kind of hard wall. And you're going to take one foot against the wall, and then the other leg is going to move back. Now, this is going to depend on how flexible you are into your ankle. So now what you're going to do is, first, I want you to make sure that your pelvis is facing the wall. We don't want some kind of twist. Second, the back foot, you don't want it to turn out. I'm exaggerating. You want it to face straight ahead. So look at that. And then, of course, core is engaged. Your torso is long. You're going to lean forward, and you want to get that knee onto the wall, and that heel cannot come up. You're going to press it down, and you're probably going to feel a stretch. It might be into your Achilles. It might be in your calf. It might be higher up the chain. You might be like, oh my gosh, my foot is so tight. Whatever you are. Now, this should not be painful. If need be, you can move that foot forward. And obviously, if you can sustain engagement, now this knee has to stay up, and this heel, front heel, has to stay down. So you're not here, you are here. Now pay attention. Is this foot maybe rolling out? Let me change sides so I can demonstrate different things. So the toes here on the front foot are spread. They're not grabbing. I'm going to hinge forward, and you're going to find that left and right side will probably be different for you. Now here, my foot is centered. What I don't want to do is, you see, I don't know if you can see, I'm grabbing with my foot. So you want to spread the toes. You want to make sure that either of the knees is not collapsing in, like your arch is not collapsing. The arch is nice and lifted. And you're nice and tall and long. You should not sink into your low back. Ribs are in, abs are in, and you're right here. And if you want to help yourself, one thing I love to do, because this mimics gait, is you're going to gently lift. Make sure that you stay even through the ball of the foot. And then you're going to articulate the foot and return it back down without anything changing, okay? And then you're going to come up. You're going to do this on both sides and see what is like the mobility in your ankle. Next, and I would suggest, highly suggest, that you use a wall, or I have this little bar here. And the bar is not for me to lean on it. It's, you can just put a finger on the bar or a finger on the wall. It's not so that you can push your weight against it. Is we are going to test the strength of our ankles. We're going to start with double heel lift. So if you need help, please be careful with falling. Core is engaged. We're going to lift the heels up as far as you can while you stay even onto the balls of the feet. And then you're going to, with control, and slowly return back down. What we don't want as you come up is the legs rolling out, because you see what's happening to my knees, the feet collapsing. As you come down, you don't want to just stomp down. You want to move with control. And don't think about moving forward. Think about more moving up and coming down. And then if you want to make this more fun, you can do a single heel lift. Now, one thing you can do is you can keep the opposite foot down just for balance. Again, you can be against the wall. This looks really simple, but for most people it's not. Is you're going to do the same thing. On this foot, you're going to lift the heel up. Again, we're looking for stable pressure onto the ball of the foot. You're looking for the foot not wobbling, and then returning back down. And then you can lift up one finger. Remember, this is not like, because see what happened to my entire body? You are nice and tall. You're going to lift up
and with control come down, and you're going to switch sides. And what you're likely going to find out is that both sides do not move evenly. You're going to find out that probably one side is more stronger than the other. And right here, what we are seeing is that those strong ankle is lifting us up, and that nice, healthy ankle with control is returning us back down. Now, going to control, you're going to spread the toes. We never want to have gripping of the feet. If you have gripping of the toes, that's a compensation. So once again, you can use the wall, a finger, or you can use a stick or whatever works for you. You're going to take one foot up, and from here, we're going to do nice and big circles, and that's going to feel amazing onto your ankle. And then we're going to reverse, going the other way. Again, we're looking for not losing your balance, not grabbing with your toes, not leaning back, nice and tall, making those circles. And then with control, switching sides onto the other side. Once again, you will likely find out that one side is not as stable as the other, and this should feel good. You make the circles as big or as small as you need to what feels good for you. And then you're going to return. How did you do? And then we're going to do the balancing test. And we're going to do it on one leg. Please stay by the wall. Please, please, please. And what we're going to do is, again, spread the toes. Make sure the arch is not collapsing, so rolling in, that's going to feel not good on your knee. You can have a finger here or on a bar, whatever works for you. And you're going to hold here. And we're just going to make it to 5. You can make it to 10 and 4. And if you want to make it extra fun, you can see, can you add movement? I don't have space because of the wall, and stay stable and not grab. Okay? And then we're going to do the same thing onto the other side. And again, pay attention to what's happening. So for me on this side, I have to be really intentional to lift my arch up because it wants to collapse. And I'm going to hold. And on one side, you might be like, oh my gosh, on one side I can move. In the other side, like you start moving and you start collapsing. One other thing you can do is see if you can close your eyes. Be careful, please. Hold on to the wall if you need to. And hold it there. Oops. And then open eyes and return. So that the closing of the eyes really plays with your balance. And this is something great to do because as we age, we start losing that ability to balance onto the ankles. And that is so important to prevent falls. The ankles, they're the base of our tower. And it's super important to keep them healthy, strong, mobile. And when we pay attention to them, the knees, the hips, the spine are happy. And when we don't, when we ignore them, the opposite is true. We pay with knee pain, hip pain, back pain. And again, sometimes you might feel that something is wrong with your knees and hips, and the problem may actually be coming from your ankles. I would love to hear, what did you find out today about your ankles? Stay strong, mobile, rebellious, and I will see you next time.